Oh. Hello and welcome to a rather muggy Monday morning in Manchester. It promises to be warm, but it's a bit cloudy. I think we're going to expect thunder. That's the price you pay in England for a sunny day. Anyway, so hello and welcome back to the first Monday morning news in quite a while. 5 weeks, I think. As you may be aware, things have been going on, but those seem to be coming under control now. So for all those that you're concerned about the dog, he's fine. He's had an operation on his ears. He's cool. Mrs S is awaiting results, so we've done all of that. The cat come back, so that's even better. So yeah, and the daughter's in France. So there you go. Anyway, just looking at my list. Right, so there you go. Things getting back to normal. We've covered that bit. So whilst that's been said, things getting back to normal, let's have a look at what's going on. Well, what has gone on? Well, the major thing at the moment is this 40k malarkey, innit? Games Workshop have released a major minor update to 40k. It seems I'm a bit out of the loop here. I'm a bit irritated because I bought the last edition of 40k when it came out, and I've never played it. Do you know what I mean? And now we've got a new set of rules. So I never had a chance to play whatever edition it is. So there you go. It just seems a bit daft. I can't understand. Anyway, I'm sure those 40k people will know why they've gone and released a new version. Maybe it is more than my cynical view of milking some profits. So, right, there you go. However, what is good is, I don't know whether you remember, but we had all these debates, didn't we, a while back about the stability of Games Workshop and how, you know, lots of fantasy armies were going to get killed off, and it was all the sky's falling in. And as I predicted, Wood Elves have been completely revamped. Saw the pre-release things the other day. I don't keep up to date with Games Workshop, but it is good to see that the Wood Elves have been revamped. The Wood Elves were one of the best armies in years ago. They were like practically unbeatable, and it's good to see that they've got an update, the update they duly deserve. And this is probably due to all of this stuff to do with the Hobbit and the what's it called, Lord of the Rings franchise negotiations, movements and stuff, because now the Wood Elves aren't competing directly with Lord of the Rings elves, are they? So and their designers are freed up to have a look at doing Wood Elfy stuff. The Treemen models look amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm not too keen on the actual Wood Elf models from what I've seen, because they just look like slightly heavier set, heavier clothed dark elves to me. But I can't say I haven't had a good look at them yet, but the miniatures just look like they're normal elf miniatures. You'd have thought you made them a bit more woody, but there you go. But the tree men look amazing, absolutely amazing. Anyway, the other thing that this is focused, and I was talking to Andy 2D6 about it the other day. Where's Ninth? We were anticipating it's 2014 now, so we haven't had a Warhammer core rules update now for quite a while, and we were all anticipating this spring time to see at least some rumblings about Warhammer 9th edition, and nothing has emerged apart from 40k. So it's a bit disappointing, because I need to buy the core rulebook again, and I'm buggered if I'm going to be buying 8th, because why buy it? Because that means I'll have to buy 9th when it comes out, because I know it's like when I used to smoke and wait for the bus, right, there'd always be a thing. If I've been waiting for ages for a bus, I'd light a fag and then a bus will appear. If I go out and buy the 8th edition rulebook, right? 9th will be released the following week. So anyway, hopefully we'll get some news on that, and if there's any insiders in Games Workshop watching, just let us know. I won't say anything. I promise. I promise I won't say anything. I won't do any leaking. But just let us know so I know whether to buy 8th or 9th. Because I've only got the little rule book for that, you see, and I just need something big and solid. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, so that's the news that I can think of. I mean, I'm sure there's loads of other things been going on in the intervening 5 weeks since the last Musings, but those are the major things that affect my life. Is the fact that Wood Elves have been released, and where's 9th edition in relationship to the fact that they just released 40k again. Unbelievable. Oh yeah, just on that point, Warhammer point, I'm pleased to announce that, but it's a personal thing, my eldest son has decided that he will give Warhammer another go. So he's coming back into the fold, which is good. He wants to either do Chaos or Vampire counts, but I suspect he'll probably do Vampire counts because he's got zombies and skeletons and he's all into that. He was going to do 40k, you see, and because he's not very good at painting, he says, and he wanted to do Tyranids because Tyranids are easy to paint. And I was sort of saying to him, well, actually, no, Tyranids are not easy to paint. There's nothing is easy to paint. There's nothing that's hard to paint. You know, there are methods you can employ and whatnot. So I'll be going through a lot of stuff with him. So he's looking to get into Vampire counts, which is really good. I'm sure a few people will be very, very pleased to have another VC player emerge. So I've got to encourage him and provision him. So I shall be trying to get him as many Vampire count miniatures and whatnot as I possibly can. His birthday's coming up, you see. So 31st of May. So he will be. I will try my best to get him some stuff together for that. Should be good. I'm quite excited. It's brilliant, isn't it? My daughter's doing Dark Owls, so it's it's all coming on in Ringo's household. Just looking at my list again. I haven't got my glasses on because I'm too vain. I've had a new pair of glasses as well. Anyway, where are we? Oh yes, my campaign. As you may have mentioned when I did the I'm Not Dead video, I'm doing a solo campaign for my sort of made up historic stuff. Basically, what I'm doing is getting a lot of Dark Age medieval figures at the moment because I like them. I just love the look of them. I love the feel of them. They're interesting to me after years of non-factual stuff. They're actually interesting to paint, and I'm looking at various rule systems, and I'm expecting DBA 2.2 rulebook and some other bits and pieces to do with DBA to arrive today. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be interesting. Couple of hours read, I reckon. And I'm doing, is it Palomos? Looking at Palomos. I can't remember how to say it. And then there's obviously Hail Caesar and the other one. Is it? I always call it Invictus, but it isn't. Impetus. Impetus. So I want to try all those sort of rules out. And I'm building this campaign world, which is loosely based on Northern Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East between the 7th and 12th century. So what the idea is that I'll have lots of different states and countries, and each state and country will be roughly based on one of the protagonists in that time period, and I shall run the campaign where they will make allegiances and they will fight each other and do all sorts of stuff, and it will be a thing that ongoes. Obviously it's not real, it's not based on anything that actually happened, because I don't see any reason to have it based on anything. But at the moment I'm drawing the maps in Campaign Cartographer, which I promised Tristan I'd do a video on, so I will do a video on Campaign Cartographer at some point. I'm getting all the maps together, I've almost finished my campaign rules. Now, what I mean by that is it's a set of mechanics that I've sort of organised to how the world works on a weekly basis, and if you imagine, right, you have a force travelling from, say, Paris to Rome. Yeah, it's going to take several days for that thing to happen, isn't it? Yeah. I based the movement on infantry marching at 15 miles a day for 6-day blocks. So there's a hex system based on a 7-day rotation, and it's something like 90 miles. So in 1 week the army can move 90 miles. Yeah. And that's fine because you can program all that in. However, in that 90-mile hex, if another army is present and it is not allied, then obviously you move down to a different time period because things may happen. So then you split everything down into half-day hexes of 7 miles and use programmed orders and stuff, and hopefully you'll avoid encounters too often, but you know what I mean. So it's all that sort of stuff and what happens and leadership and things like that. So it's quite interesting to do. I like organising rules. And I've taken bits and pieces from all over the place. Yeah, I showed you the brilliant book. Was the what's it called to you now? Still, it's William Sylvester's book, Solo Wargaming Guide and stuff from Lone Wolf and whatever. And it's coming on, and I shall be starting to try that probably after my birthday, which is in exactly 7 days' time. If you're interested, so that's where I'm doing that. And obviously I'm painting all the miniatures up for that. You know, you'll have seen it going on for the last couple of months really. The first, second crusade, Franks and Normans, and these, I don't know whether I haven't shown you any Fatimids yet, or the Saracens or whatever, but I'm painting up Saxons, Normans and 28mm. I'm going to be using Roman figures, all sorts of stuff. It gives me an excuse to sort of paint what I like and not have to worry about any particular fluff, because I can make my own fluff up. So I'm going to have the ancient Greeks fighting Normans, which is going to be great. It's going to be absolutely wonderful, and I love it because it just means that you can paint all those things that you think, I'll never play that game, but you know, I just want to show people that you don't have to sit in a period. You can play all sorts of stuff, with all sorts of miniatures, and it doesn't really matter as long as you're not playing in a club or a tournament or whatever. You can do what you want and enjoy the hobby for what it is, which is collecting, painting, and playing with Wargames miniatures. And obviously, if you're not too stupid, I mean, actually, if you think about it, there is no reason why you can't sort of invade the continent with. So, for example, why can't you invade a Dark Age realm with 16th century technology? Because that happened. In fact, it was not Dark Age, Iron Age, not even Iron Age stuff when the Spanish conquistadors discovered South America and North America. It's discovered, you're going up against Bronze Age technology with, gunpowder. There's no reason why you can't have World War II technology going against, 16th century technology. It could happen, or it could have happened. Do you see what I mean? It's a case of, you've got to, working things out, and there's all sorts of stuff like that. So to me, it's just an interesting way of collecting and using miniatures that I like the look of, because as you know, I don't really do stuff that I don't like the look of. I have to like the miniatures. I'm not going to spend money on stuff that I don't like, if you know what I mean. So I'm just making use of the things that I've got lying around, building this campaign, and I shall be telling you all about it in the coming months and years, I presume. So I just have to check my list. Various things, blah 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 blah. Alright, okay. Now this brings us on to the constraints of fluff. I've got the Giant Hammer tournament, if it's still going ahead, in the autumn, and obviously I've been invited to that. And I talked to Andy D6, 2D6 about it again. He's just a beacon of wonderment, is Andy, and come to the conclusion that I'll probably take my dwarfs. Given the fact that as I've only had a few games of Warhammer in the last 15 years, dwarves are probably the easiest army to get to grips with. Well, actually, I mean, I've got my Empire army and stuff, but there's very little of it that belongs to Games Workshop IPR, so using them down in, I'll probably only end up with like one unit in to be available for use at Warhammer World, whereas most of my dwarfs are either Games Workshops or Citadel dwarves. So we'll get the dwarves painted up first. The reason why we're not doing the Skaven for this particular tournament is because Skaven rules are quite complicated, and they're quite a difficult and unwieldy army to get to grips with quickly. So we're going with the beginner's army, which is the dwarves. Fairly steadfast, sturdy chaps. I'm not going to be getting all the new gear, mainly because I can't afford to get it at the moment. I've got too much other stuff that I need to. I don't need to, but I want. There's too many other things that I want that mean that I'm not going to go and buy some gyro bombers or those new troop types at 30 quid for 10. I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to make use of all of, and I've got a lot of dwarf miniatures. I had a lot of dwarf miniatures to start with, but other people have sent me dwarves and stuff, so I have plenty to be getting on with. So the army will be dwarf based. If we can ally, I might take some of my Empire stuff, because I really want to give them volley guns that I got a bit of an outing, but and I think they'd be well in the dwarf army, to be honest. So there you go. That's what I'm hoping to do in respect of that, and that will be kicking in around now. So yeah, there you go. As I mentioned, next week is my real birthday, next Monday, so I seriously doubt I'll be sitting here talking to a camera next Monday morning. So I don't think I'll be doing a musing next week. And to be honest, it was getting a bit much doing a musing every Monday. It became a chore, and sometimes if I don't have anything to say, then talking bollocks for however many minutes, it's hard work. So I don't know at the moment whether I shall carry on doing a musing every Monday. If stuff happens and there's stuff to do, then yeah, of course, yeah, we'll have a chat. But at the moment, life is a bit a lot going on outside of the hobby. So do you know what I mean? It's not necessarily got the time or the material, as it were, to do a musing. But obviously, Crack says that he's going to send me some more questions to answer and whatnot. But and discussion points and things, all good things. If I can get them, I'll discuss them. The competition, yes, the competition's almost done. I just got to finish off putting the video together and put it all out. We'll get that sorted. I will be announcing another competition this week for no apparent reason. I just have something that I feel is wasted on me, and I'd rather somebody use it. So that will go. I'll do a video later in the week about that. It won't be for everybody, but I suppose if you do this particular thing, you will want this particular prize, and it didn't cost me anything. And it's a good prize. It is a good prize if you're into the thing that I'm talking about. There you go. You see, that's the hook. You see, you'll be looking out for that now. So that's it then for me for this week. Have a good week. I shall. Last week you'll notice I was doing the stuff with with the British Legion, and I was painting them Saxon Huscarls and the Norman Archers. I've prepared a load of Norman cavalry, but do you know what I mean? Kind of horses. I do have these little chaps here to finish off. These are 6mm, and I've got some 15mm stuff, and I've got some stuff coming from Essex Miniatures that I'm quite excited to get. They're 15mm Welsh, 10th, 11th century Welsh. So I'll be, in fact, I think actually you can use them from sort of Roman period, late Roman, maybe 6th century, 5th, 6th century, probably right the way through to the 12th century. So multiple uses. You know what I mean? They're just Welsh people with spears. So they're coming as well this week. I think I've only ordered a couple of packs, but that'd be interesting to have a look at. Anyway, I'm waffling now, so without further ado, that's it from me. I shall hopefully catch you later in the week with this other competition announcement. I will put the competition video up as soon as it's finished. My birthday is next Monday, so I probably won't be musing next Monday. Although there might be, I don't know. It depends what I feel like. So anyway, keep on hobbying, and I'll catch you again. Bye.